Now we all love jellyfish. They're pretty, they're stringy, just downright nifty. Unfortunately, however, they can do things that are not so nifty. They eat all the fish, they get into places they're not supposed to, and of course they sting you, which can look like this, or even this. Now normally this wouldn't be a big deal, but jellyfish populations are skyrocketing, and the jellyfish themselves are getting larger. So it begs the question, what problems are the jelly booms causing, and what's causing the jelly booms in the first place? Well, to answer the first question, we will start with the havoc that the Jolly Jellies are wreaking on humanity. For starters, you'll be seeing a lot more of these signs everywhere. The ocean is becoming increasingly jellyfish friendly, which I will explain later in the show. And because of that, invasive species of jellyfish are moving into waters they don't usually call home. A lot of these new species are coming up from Australia and other tropical places where everything wants to kill you. These dangerous jellyfish have already moved into parts of North America and are stinging beachgoers. In the past few years, jellyfish have caused problems near the beaches of Langkawi, Malaysia, Ningaloo, Australia, Rye, New Hampshire, Goa, India, Fraser Island, Australia, Volusia County, Florida, Phuket, Thailand, and the Great Barrier Reef in Australia. Now keep in mind, each of these places up to 150 people were injured or killed by these squishy little freaks. Soon, it will not be safe to swim off any saltwater beaches. So what if you live inland? What does this mean to you? Well, do you like to eat fish? Of course you do. They're delicious and nutritious, and they're brain food. If you never ate any fish, you would have stopped paying attention by now. Well, guess what? The jellyfish are eating all the food. Cut to the Sea of Japan. A species of jellyfish rarely seen in this area is taking over. Before it looked like this. Now it looks more like this, and this. So what the heck is happening? You didn't ask? Well, I'm going to tell you anyway. These invasive jellyfish, known as Nomura jellyfish, are native to the Yellow Sea, which is next to China. Waters are becoming more favorable for Nomura jellies farther north, so they're riding the current up to the Sea of Japan, and nothing is really stopping them. The problem with these blooms of giant jellyfish is that they're eating everything. Fishing fleets in Japan are catching nothing but inedible jellyfish. In 2005, Japan's fishing industry took a blow as much as 30 billion yen. That's 305,400,000 Canadian dollars in 1 year. That may not seem too significant anywhere else, but consider this. Japan exports approximately 20% of all fish in the global market. When Japanese supplies of fish plummet, fish prices are going to skyrocket. And don't forget, other jellies are on the move. Giant Nomura jellyfish are not unlike giant lion's mane jellyfish, which have been moving into the United States. We may soon have an epidemic on our hands as well. There's one other major jelly-related problem that's begun to turn some heads. If you don't like fish, that's fine. But how about electricity? That's right. Jellyfish are shutting down power stations. So far, there have been cases of entire nuclear plants shut down in Japan, Israel, Scotland, and a few places in the United States, like Florida and California. Who is to blame? The jellies. You see, nuclear power plants need a constantly available cooling system to prevent this. Nuclear detonations are never a good thing, so a lot of nuclear power plants use seawater as a coolant. Those that do have filters to prevent things like these getting in the machinery. Unfortunately, these refrigerator-sized jellyfish are causing these cooling filters to clog. They just get swept up in the current created by sucking up the water. Why is this forcing the plants to shut down? Since the jellies are preventing coolant from entering the generators, a potentially dangerous situation is created as they begin to overheat. Our good friends at your local nuclear power plant say that it is only a precautionary measure to shut them down, to scrape poisonous jam out of the filters. But still, having to turn the thing off and on takes a while. They're not Nintendos. As jellyfish and their populations grow, more power plants around the world will have to keep rebooting. Entire coastal communities could be without power for hours at a time. With all these problems posed by jellyfish, the solution seems simple. We just kill them, right? Wrong!
There is no hope. You cannot kill them. You can only create more.
Allow me to elaborate. Every jellyfish has millions of little jellyfish eggs inside of them that don't need to be fertilized. As soon as a jellyfish is killed, they immediately release every single one into the sea. Every single one. These millions of potential future jellyfish settle to the ocean floor, waiting for the perfect ocean conditions in which to hatch. Because of the current condition of our oceans, the jellyfish hatching conditions are always perfect. Within a matter of days of killing one jellyfish, a million more have spawned and are terrorizing the village. It's like a sea of tribbles, except they have killer tentacles, and they're made of jam. And they don't have fur, they're not friendly. You get the idea. So what can we do? Simple. Just reduce our pollution. But wait! What does pollution have to do with this whole crazy thing? That brings us to the question from before. What's causing these jellyfish booms in the first place? We'll start out with basic garbage pollution. Garbage is filling up the ocean. There are some mounds of floating garbage that you can see from space. From space, people. And obviously, it's killing off a lot of fish. But jellyfish don't seem to mind. In fact, they enjoy it. Polluted waters build up a lot of dead fish. So jellyfish sit and enjoy a free lunch. The garbage doesn't really bother them, so they don't leave. And they just multiply. This silent film should explain it. That's the gist of it. So what can you do every day to reduce garbage pollution? Buy used instead of new. Replace disposable plastic grocery bags with permanent fabric ones. Use reusable bottles and mugs instead of plastic ones. Recycle papers and cardboards. Use washable containers to store food, not disposable plastic bags. Donate used items. And that's just a start. There are hundreds of ways to reduce ocean litter. Let's not make comfortable homes for killer jellies. I mentioned fishing before as a victim, but it's also a cause. Jellyfish fit into a complex ecosystem, and we as humans have disturbed it in a dangerous way. There are a few animals that dare to fight jellyfish, but certain species of sharks and turtles eat them, which is good. But we're mercilessly hunting these predators, meaning nothing is keeping the jellyfish population down, which is bad. With no hunters, the jellyfish populations are going through the roof. Jellyfish pretty much live forever, so if nothing's killing them off, the population can only go up. So what can we do to help?
Don't eat your turtles! Turtles are bad for the soul!
Let us all say the pledge. I am a nice shark, not a mindless eating machine. If I am to change this image, I must first change myself. Fish are friends, not food.
Yep, that's about it. Alright, this is where it gets a little bit complicated, so pay attention. Global warming. It really does influence everything. This is how it works. Get ready. As the Earth gets warmer, the ocean heats up at a faster rate. This kills fish, which makes hunting easier for jellyfish, but here's the kicker. There are critters that live in the ocean in large groups called algae and phytoplankton. They clean up more air than trees on land. Certain species of jellyfish eat these creatures, and as the population of jellies goes up, the population of algae and phytoplankton go down. This creates a vicious cycle in which we eventually run out of much-needed photosynthesizers. The jellies will be the death of us all. So there you have it. 3 causes of 3 problems caused by badly behaved spaghetti monsters. Thankfully, the solution is simple. Everyone simply needs to walk a little lighter on our dear planet. For more tips on how you can do that, visit this website. Remember, jellyfish predate humans, even the dinosaurs. They can surely outlive a little garbage. Let's not allow them to send our planet back millions of years.
Jellyfish, 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 jellyfish. Take some jelly, take some fish. Look at that sandwich, delish. Just make sure you don't eat a real jellyfish. Or you'll die! Jellyfish. 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 This world is full of compound words. Speak slower, bro, or you won't be hurt. If you talk quick, you might sound slick, but I also might think you just asked me to make you a real jellyfish sandwich. And you'll die! Jellyfish. 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 Hear the difference? Jellyfish. Jellyfish. It's subtle, but it could save your life. Jellyfish.